Hello and welcome to this new episode. And I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And as the new year draws too near to us, it is time that we take some personal decision. And I will tell what personal decisions I have taken, and maybe you too can be inspired out of that, and you can take your own decision. And in this episode, I'm going to tell you two ways how you can resist the Islamic terror. Basically, terrorism, the politicians, they do not want to link Islam and terror together. But in reality, they are just like people closing their eyes and telling us the electricity is switched off. There is darkness all around. No. All that they did was they closed their eyes. It is time for them to open their eyes, wake up and smell the coffee, dear politicians and dear secularists and dear friends who are oblivious to the facts that Islamic terror is on or in their doorstep. Let us start with the Islamic holy books now. So, let me start with Surah 8 verse 12. It says this: Then your Lord signaled to the angels, I am indeed with you, so steady the faithful. I will cast terror into the hearts of the faithless, means the unbelievers, the Jews, the Christians, the Buddhists, the Hindus, the Zoroastrians, the Sikhs, and all the rest, the atheists as well. So strike their neck. Strike their necks means chop off their head, basically beheading them, and strike each of their fingertips. That means fingertips to be chopped off. Think of that terrible pain a person would be asked to go through because of that. This is Islam for you. The next is a testimony by Muhammad himself. In this book of Sunnah, Sahih Hadith, Sahih Muslim 523F, it says that Hammam bin Munabbih reported. That is what Abu Huraira reported to us from the Messenger of Allah, and he narrated a hadith, one of which is that the Messenger of Allah said, I have been helped by terror in the hearts of enemies. Think of that. He has been helped by terror. What is he saying? This is a confession by the Prophet of Islam that he is a terrorist. How can you de-link terror and Islam now? Your Prophet himself accepts, he attests, he confesses to the past of his life, saying that he was a terrorist. How can you escape out of that? Now let me go to another verse, that is Surah 8 verse 39, and in that what happens is that he is saying, fight them until faithlessness is no more and religion becomes exclusively for Allah. What does that mean? He is saying that the Muslims are expected to continue fighting till there is no other religion except the religion of Allah. Any other religion apart from the religion of Allah is considered as faithlessness. Think of it. There are Christian eschatological circles which says that the world is going to a one world religion. Probably they are right in this sense, where Allah is driving the world to a one world religion, and the religion will be exclusively for Allah. And he is asked, or Muhammad and his followers are asked to fight those who do not believe in the religion of Allah. Think of that. This is the sure shot recipe for terror. Terrorism breeds in Islam. Islam and terror cannot be unlinked. Think about it. Read these verses. There are many more other verses, but I don't want to really go one verse after another and dwell a lot of my time into things like this. But I would like to get you to a point of solution where you can resist Islamic terrorism. So let's get started with that. If you have gone to the grocery store and happened to pick up a packet of some grocery and seen the label called Halal in it, have you noticed what it means? What does the term halal means to you? You should be very cautious about it because every time you purchase a product that is branded as halal, you are supporting terrorists. The financial root of terror goes through this product of halal. You purchase the halal product, and what happens? This halal product is the starting of the terror finance, and you are an active participant of this terror finance if you happen to purchase this halal product. They market it to you and they tell that these are one of the good quality products and blah blah blah. But that is not the truth. There are other quality products in the market which does not have a halal certification. So what is the difference between both of that? The halal certified and the non-halal certified. Earlier, the halal certification was generally assumed as a kind of certification which the Muslims use to certify that certain meat products are acceptable in Islam or not. Basically, it's for to check whether it is a pork or something which is unclean according to the Islamic scriptures, and thereby helping the Muslims. But that is not truth. It started off with a very innocent idea, but then it became a true big monster. Now let me show you how things work in this system. Okay, so the law of halal states that only a Muslim man can slaughter the animal. You understand? By that, what are they saying is that the slaughterhouses and all these meat products houses should forcibly employ Muslims as part of their staff. Okay, no problem to employ Muslim as part of the staff. When there is a force involved in the name of halal, what do? You change the demography of that organization which produces meat products. Don't you think so? And then it also insists that the Quranic verse must be read while slaughtering the animal, which ideally only a Muslim can do. Who else would be knowing all those Quranic verses before the slaughter? Well, that's still okay. At some point in time, you give in to all those small pressures and then say it's fine, even though that's not true. So what happens is that gradually these meat product houses are being insisted by these halal certifying companies that you should have more than 50% of your key staff as Muslims. So what does that mean? You are forcefully removing non-Muslims from the employment and pushing in Muslims to the employment, especially where there is a meat product involved. Though this industry of halal has come out of the meat industry, it has gotten into the bread industry, the pulses, the rice, the wheat, and the vegetable oil industry it has gotten, and you get a halal certification for all of this. By the way, what are all these things? The meat and apart from the meat, all those things are supposed to be halal. Why do they need a halal certification? It has a big economy which links to the terror flow of finance. And let me show that to you. Please notice this flow chart which explains to you how the terror finance works. The money that you give to the retail store, the retail which sells the halal products and which you purchase from them, goes to the manufacturer. And how does the manufacturer gets his halal certification? Have you thought about it? There are these halal certifying organizations in every country, maybe 1 or 2 or 5 or whatever it is. This is a cartel of Muslim organizations which insist on halal certification. For the manufacturer, it's basically business. If he is able to gain $100 by sacrificing $20, he will go for that. That is how businesses works. Manufacturers generally do not have ethics as long as the dollar or your currency speaks. The currency or the money speaks loudest before them. So that is how it works. And to get the halal certification, they will have to pay up a very hefty fees to these halal certifying organizations, and also based on production. If there is some million crates which is being produced, they are expected to pay another hefty sum to these halal certifying agencies as commissions. Now you know how your money goes. And then, as the halal certifying authority insists on Muslim personals in the staff, your money goes as part of the salary to this Muslim man. If this Muslim man actually take care of his family, then it's well and fine. That is not a problem. The problem arises when this man, the employee, is also forced to pay something called zakat. Zakat is a forcible payment by the Muslims, which is generally assumed as for the welfare of the society or the Muslim society. But in reality, it all goes to a different, cycle. It is routed to these terrorists. And these terrorists are getting financed by this money which you had initially paid to purchase some product which you were carelessly not even caring whether it is halal or not. You just paid and came home, used it. But then at the end it reaches the terrorists. And the ocean is made of billions and billions and zillions of drops. Every drop of money or every drop of water contributes to the ocean. Similarly, every single penny contributes to these terrorists. And what are these terrorists doing? They are in fact killing and following Surah 839, 812. They are terrorizing people like you instead, and innocents like you who do not belong to Islam. And what do? Their expansionist ideology is being financed by yourself. Will you kindly please stop this financing of terrorists? That is all that I ask you. If you consciously look into the labels of certain products and see that it is certified as halal, keep it back into the shelf and take another product which doesn't have a halal certification. There are more than enough such products. But if you are living in places which is exclusively Muslims, just like the Gulf area and all those places, God help you. But then if you have a choice, make sure that you do not pick up the halal certified products from the shelf. And if your neighborhood is non-Muslim, make sure that you talk to the shop owner and say that I'm looking for non-halal certified products. Why are you keeping this here? Get me non-halal certified. Because for the shop owner, his business is paramount. So he will get you the non-halal certified products for you. And that is how you can give a nice blow to this terror network which is financed by you, your money. Be careful with that. Look at this website of the American Halal Foundation. You will notice that they are saying that 1 in 4 customers look for halal products. Who are these 1 in 4? Basically, they are assuming that the total number of Muslims in this world is 1 in 4. 25% of the world population is Muslims. And that is why they are looking for halal products. And which manufacturer would want to let go of 25% of his clientele? Nobody will. But then, we who are 75% of the clientele of the manufacturer should insist on non-halal products, on picking up non-halal products from the shelves. That way the manufacturers will not be pushing for halal certifications, and based on those halal certifications be financing this terror network. Is that such a difficult thing for you and me? we can consciously not pick up halal products from the shelves and insist on non halal products. Let us do that. That is one thing you can do to stop and resist the terror network, the Islamic terrorism, which is creating havoc in this world. Why can't you do it? I will do it. Will you do it? If you take a resolution in your personal life that from the new year, or leave alone the new year, from today, the day you see the video, that you will not finance the terror networks by purchasing halal products. If you do that, you have succeeded in step one. The second one is you need to let your near and dear ones, especially who are non Muslims, that they also need to do this. If you think that you cannot convince others, the least you can do is share this video with your friends. Would you not be able to do that? Please do that. And these two steps, if we all sincerely go ahead and do it, we have done our job. The terror network will be stopped, whatever it is. Now that is the end of this video, and may the good Lord bless you and keep you till we meet again. Thank you.